Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Adam. You're watching Unlimited Options Investing. In this video, I want to show you my favorite option strategy when it comes to LEAPS options. So we take a look here at Apple. It's up at an all-time high of $160.55, and you have Microsoft also at an all-time high at $343. This one donning a market cap of $2.58 trillion and Apple at $2.63 trillion, the two most valuable companies in the world. So when we take a look at Apple over the last 6 months, it's up 26%, which is great. And Microsoft over the last 6 months is up 39.20%. And although these are phenomenal gains to have in a 6-month period, one of the main reasons why people don't like to invest in bigger mega cap companies is their potential reward isn't necessarily as enticing as picking a more risky stock in the short to medium term. And this is why I want to prescribe my strategy. So instead of buying a penny stock that's under $1, instead of buying a stock that may or may not be successful, I mean, AMC could absolutely go to the moon and go to 100, 200, who knows? It's also very possible, despite all their numbers, that they don't deserve a $21 billion valuation. So any AMC or GME or Sundial investor or trader or whatever, if they're being real with themselves, understand that any one of these stocks could definitely go in half or potentially go to the moon. Really have no idea. But when it comes to any one of these big mega cap companies, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Google, Tesla, Nvidia, JP Morgan Chase, Home Depot, Visa, Netflix, Salesforce.com, Walt Disney. These companies aren't going anywhere. They make up America. Right now you're watching me on, for example, YouTube, which is owned by Google. Watching it from your Apple device or using Windows. A product that you bought on Amazon while you're driving your Tesla from a message that someone sent you on Facebook Messenger. Now, although that's very unlikely that's you right now, I hope you understand my point. So instead of buying these companies that are unsure to potentially succeed or not, is to buy a LEAPS option in any big company. A company which business is going to stick, profitable, has high margins, good management team, and so on. And what's really underestimated is that these options give you so much leverage, which we're going to see momentarily. So for example, taking a look at Apple stocks. So right now, all the LEAPS that I'm buying expire in January 2023. And when I buy LEAPS, I like to buy them in the money because the delta is higher, and it's as if I'm holding more shares. So for example, I hold the $145 strike. So today, my Apple LEAPS went up 7% per contract when the stock was up 1.7%. And the reason that is because this option has a delta of about 71, which when you multiply that by the share price, gives you about $11,399 of Apple stock. However, the price of the option is only $2,900, meaning you have leverage of about roughly 4 times the underlying. So when this is up 1.7%, if I multiply 3.9 by 1.7, that gives me roughly the amount the option went up today. There are other factors and other numbers and volatility and whatnot that go into the price of the options. Contracts that you're not going to be getting an exact number, but that's the basis of the idea of it. Now remember, this also goes both ways, that if Apple is down 1.7%, your options are going to be down by like 10%. You also have to take into consideration that you're also paying less upfront. You're losing the same amount of money nominally, but the percentage numbers are going to be a lot uglier. Options, the stock market move really quickly, 1, 2, 3 days, a few couple of good weeks, and you can see tremendous gains in your option calls. And this is why options are so popular in the retail community. The issue is that most people are buying short-dated options that are a lot cheaper to buy upfront, but the gains could be tremendous. For example, when we look at November 26th and we look at the same strike price of 145, those contracts are up almost 20%. So there's so many different ways that you could be playing this game. And the same thing goes with so many different companies. It doesn't have to be just S&P 500 companies. That's just my preference and what I'm trying to have as my bread and butter. Not to mention, if the delta is high enough, you could sell calls against your position for monthly or weekly income, also as a way to hedge your positioning. We can save that for another video. So I want to take your attention now to the chart of the option, and I'm so thankful that Questrade has this feature because I can't find it anywhere else. I find these charts so useful. I also look at the underlying stock chart, but I also like to look at the options chart as well because it gives me a lot better of an idea, because it also takes into consideration the extrinsic value of volatility and time value. For example, as we can see right now, the price of the option is about $2,900, but it was actually more expensive earlier in the year in January, to do because things were very volatile at the time and the markets were white hot, but also the time value of an extra, let's say 8 or 9 months of time value in the contract. Because sometimes depending on these other factors, maybe it'll sway my decision from going from options to shares, for example, and it depends. But anyway, what I was doing was I was trying to really shop for big tech, especially during the correction in September and October. And when you buy call options cheap and the price goes up, you can make so much money. And you can even see that I have a limit order at around $1,900 when the price was back in this range over here before the run up this week. You can even see I bought a couple of contracts at $2,000 about a week ago that are now worth about 33% higher. So if you were able to accumulate contracts at these levels or even over here, you could be running off right now with a lot more money, but it's also Apple stock. And if you're willing to hold it for a long time anyway, then you don't even need to sell any of your position. Just hold on. Yes, you'll always lose premium to time value, but honestly, options are lucrative. If you're long time bullish on Apple hitting 170, 180, 190, 200, the amount of gain that you're potentially going to make if you're correct will completely overtake the amount you lose to time decay. Let's take a look at Microsoft. So also same thing, January 2023, and I have the 305 strike price. So you can see my purchases over here weren't even the best, but over the last week, they've still made a significant amount of money. Because Microsoft has gone up 2 or 3% over the last week, these calls are up about 10%. Now imagine you bought any time in the past year, and you could say that about any stock at any time, obviously. So let's say you bought in May at the very low, you'd be up 5-6 times your investment in about 6 months. Or even after this run up, even in August. You'd be up, 70-80%, or even during the correction back in September, October, you'd be up 2 times. Buying it at 25, 26, and now it's trading at 62. Now, obviously, hindsight is 20/20. Apple or Microsoft could have easily have gone down over the last 3, 6, 12 months for all we know in a different reality, in a different universe. But the point I'm trying to make in this video is that there's different ways that you can risk your money for different types of profits. Instead of speculating, buying penny stocks, sometimes options and leverage are enough for substantial gains. And this is why my channel is called Unlimited Options Investing, because investing in options can give you unlimited options in life because they're so lucrative. And if you have solid investment philosophies, although very different and much more complex, it's also at the same time very similar to just buying shares. I love this stuff. Otherwise, that's the end of my video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you trade options or use them to invest. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard and hit that subscribe button. As always, smash that like button, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.